Brethren, I pray you sing a new song. Sing praise in the assembly of the righteous. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains. Dishonor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song.
Let me get this out real quick. Yeah, get that from me. This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud. Spare not.
So up top, we gotta cry out loud. We gotta be loud. Go ahead.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions.
So up top, if we see our people doing something wrong, if this brother order a Big Mac with bacon, I'm gonna be like, hey, you wrong.
That's right.
You can't do that.
That's love.
You know
That's
so
love.
That's what we gotta do. We gotta tell our people when they going off.
That's love.
Go ahead.
In the house of Jacob their sins.
Right. So we gotta tell each other. That's how we show love.
That's right.
Look, bro, you can't do that. You're not gonna make it if you keep doing that. That's that tough. That's that real love. That's that love our people don't show no more. So when I'm sincere, I want to talk to y'all. I want to tell y'all about the Bible. Because the pastors that we went to, the Christians, they don't tell us about what's really going on in the Bible. They tell us about Christianity.
Right.
So I'm here to tell you that this Bible is about you. Cover to cover. Real talk.
Genesis to Revelations.
Now let me show you this. If I asked you what your race was, what would you say? Of course. That's what we was taught. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you in the Bible. When you look in the Bible, you're not going to find that. So now I got to show you what you really are. Go ahead. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Yeah, you get 1-1.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people to the Lord thy God.
He said we are a holy people. Holy means set apart. Go ahead. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He said, I love you, and he chose us. That's tough. When God choose you out of everybody else he made, how you gonna make you and choose you? That's some deep stuff. Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He said above everybody on the earth. That's deep. That's fire. So now that we are Israelite, hold on, give me that real quick. Just so you know that that's talking about Israel, let me show you this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Stop at Israel.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
That's what he said to the Israelites. Now I gotta show you that you are actually an Israelite. Give me Deuteronomy, we're gonna jump to the point. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
That's right.
Let's get to it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Hey, I appreciate y'all stepping out of y'all car, coming and talking to us, seeing what we was about.
Right.
See, we got a lot of men, it's different. Hey, it's different. But y'all humbled, y'all look, well, what they talking about? Why they wearing them shirts like that?
Right.
And that's because we was commanded by God. So you gotta fear God at the end of the day and keep the commandments. Let me show you this real quick.
This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So you know about the Bible a little bit. You know about Moses. All right, so Moses was sent to go get the Israelites out of captivity. And that captivity was located in Egypt. So when the Bible refers to Egypt, it's referring to captivity, to bondage, to hardcore slavery. You got the precept?
I got the precept.
Go ahead.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought me out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Read that louder for me and slower.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God, which have
Read the
brought
word.
thee. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So he said he brought us out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt is known as slavery, captivity. So go back to the prophecy.
Deuteronomy 28, 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt or slavery again with ships.
With ships. He said, this people, I'm going to bring you into slavery again with ships. What people can you think off the top of your head, off the top, went into slavery with ships? Who? That's right. But we not referred as black people in the Bible.
Right.
We referred to in the Bible as Israelites.
Right.
What's up? Oh, okay. I'm going to finish this curse up and I'm going to go there for you. All right. Finish that for me.
This is, I was about to say Revelations.
So look, so this curse was put upon our people. That's how we line ourselves up with this Bible. He said this curse was going to happen to the Israelites. Next thing you know, it happened to us. That's how we know we Israelites. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So when we came to this land, if I asked you what was your homeland, what would you say? Africa. But that's not true. We're from Jerusalem. We're from Israel. So our people, once we got here, we ain't know where we was from no more. Go ahead.
You want the verse to that? And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Hold on, say that again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And when we got here, who was we sold to? Was we sold? Yes or no? Was we sold?
To who?
We were sold to who? White people. So according to the Bible, there must be what?
Our enemies.
They did this to us, put us in yokes of iron. They can't be our friends.
Right.
They took our babies and fed them to alligators. Where that picture at?
They probably ain't got it probably over there.
I seen it somewhere.
Guys,
But basically,
jokes on our neck. That's in the curse.
it's wild. So these men, this nation of people cannot be our friends if they would do that to us.
Right.
Read. Yeah, keep going.
And there you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen.
For bondmen, that's a slave man. Go ahead.
And bondwomen.
And slave women. You know what they were doing to them women? We're not even going to... It's explicit.
Yeah.
It's really that deep. That can't be your friend. Keep going.
And no man shall buy you.
And when it says no man shall buy you, it's meaning no one will redeem you out of his captivity. Now you had men who tried,
Marcus
but
Garvey,
they didn't succeed.
MLK.
They are enemies. Why would you want to link up with your enemies?
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X said, look, Malcolm X ain't saying, but Martin Luther King, he said, look, we gotta come together. We all humans, right? But the Bible said they your enemies. Say something ain't right.
They probably had that wrong.
Right.
Probably had that wrong thing.
Hey, give me Romans 10:1 real quick.
Romans chapter 10.
This what Martin Luther King had. This Martin Luther King.
10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer.
Hold on. That's not what I want. It's probably 11:1. Where's
It's
that?
right here.
Oh my goodness, why can't I remember that? Hey, what's the scripture talking about? They have a Zilla God? It's 10:2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. It's right there.
Romans chapter 10 verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
So Martin Luther King, he had his zeal of God. He was trying to find out the truth, but we just covered this. That was hid from ages, generation. Give me Colossians 1:26 real quick, just so I can make it thorough. I want you to, whenever you leave, I want you to be like, I'm an Israelite. I don't want you to I want you to be like, I'm an Israelite. Quick. And I'm gonna show you what you gotta do now that you know you're an Israelite. That's the truth. I ain't gonna get too deep. I'm just gonna show you that you're an Israelite and what you gotta do knowing that you're an Israelite. Give me that.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 26.
This is why Martin Luther King couldn't get it.
Even the mystery, which have been hid from ages and
So
from
this
generations.
Bible, it's not black and white. It's a mystery. It's a puzzle. You gotta put it together. Go ahead.
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
Starting from the top. I missed something.
Even the mystery, which have been hid from ages
So
and
this
from generations.
mystery has been hid for ages and generations. He wasn't a part of the generation that got woken up. You see us out here coming back to our nationality. Now it's nigh time to come back and wake out of that sleep. They tell you that in Isaiah 29:10. Is that it?
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
Now it's being manifest to his saints. And if you didn't know, the saints according to the Bible are the Israelites. That's real stuff. Psalms 148:14. We might as well get it for him while we're here. Just so they ain't got he didn't pull it. He didn't show us. But he
Prove
said
all
it.
things,
We got to
man.
prove all things. I believe him, but he ain't showed me. All right, go
It's
ahead.
the book of Psalms, chapter 148, verse 14.
Right.
He also exalted the horn of his people.
Right.
The praise of all his saints.
The praise of all his saints.
Even of the children of Israel.
Of the who?
The children of
Of
Israel.
who?
The children of Israel.
So the saints are the Israelites. Now go back to where I was. Go back to the curse. 28:68. You can put my backpack on there if you need to. 28:68. Then you give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Oh dang, get that paper.
Oh, that's scripts. Come on, Art. You gotta get me sword now.
Go ahead.
Come on. Already done.
I know, yeah. We're gonna read it through and then I'm gonna pull that.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he's gonna bring us into slavery with ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So once we got to this land, we wouldn't see our homeland no more.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
We were sold to these damn heathens. Go ahead.
For bond men
For slave men
and bond women.
slave women.
And no man shall buy
And
you.
nobody can redeem us out of this captivity. No matter who you are, no matter how much money you got, we still here. We still found in our oppressor's hand. Give me Exodus 20 and 16, and then I'm gonna get there. Exodus 20.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16. Thou shalt not bear. You said Exodus 20 and 16?
21 and 16. Did I say 20? Yeah. Sorry. Slide.
Exodus 21 verse 16.
Listen up.
And he that stealeth a man,
He that stealeth a man, was we stolen? Or did we ask? We was like, hey, take us over here. No, we got stolen. Go ahead.
and selleth him,
And selleth him, was we sold? That's strike 2. Go ahead.
or if he be found, got it. Or if he be found in his hand,
Are we found here still in this land?
That's right.
That we was stolen and brung to?
That's right.
That's strike 3. Now what's going to happen to him?
he shall surely be put to death.
What's going to happen to him?
He shall surely be put to death.
Hey, some might say we preaching hate, but this is the words of God.
That's what the Bible says.
Okay,
That's
well,
right.
look, he said that.
Well,
That's in the Bible. I ain't saying
that's
that.
your
What he said.
interpretation.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Oh, the people will be like, that's your interpretation. Well, look, I ain't interpreting nothing. I just read you what the Bible said.
Right.
So the Bible a puzzle. You gotta link up them precepts and put that puzzle together.
God.
Now knowing that you're an Israelite, oh yeah, get that for me.
So this is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
Con.
Never trust thy enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thy enemy.
Hold on, say it again.
Never trust thy enemy.
You can't trust them. You see, as soon as we trusted them, as soon as the natives trusted them, what did they do? They gave them smallpox and took their land and made them walk across the damn America and put them on reservations and reservoirs and limited their supply and took their women and ravished them. That's something to be mad about. Go ahead. You want me to love you? You want me to, well, look.
Everyone's evil.
You want me to say everyone's equal? The Most High said we're above everybody.
All the people, right.
We're above all the nations upon the earth.
That's
Thus said the Lord. Now give me 10 and 12.
You gotta finish that, right?
Never
yeah,
trust
yeah.
thy enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So just how iron rusted, just how you see that iron over the seasons and changing and rust, that's how they wickedness do. You would be like, oh, well, I'm Phil. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you look like a nice guy. But over time, you're going to see his wickedness come up. He's going to snake you. He going to, I can't even describe. He's going to take everything you got, even your nationality. Now, you got people in Israel pretending that they the real Jews. They not the real Jews according to the Bible. Go to Jeremiah 14 and 2. He said that the real Jews are black into the ground. That's us. They not white. We know that Christ was black. You know Christ was black. You know that? All right, that's good that you know. That's good that you know.
Uh-huh.
I'll read that.
So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
So the Jews are black. How do you get Jew? From the word Judah. Judah comes from the 12 tribes of Israel. Now let me show you this in the Bible.
Judah of mourners, and the gates thereof language.
So Judah of mourning, right? We in the state of mourning. We're from the tribe of Judah.
Come here, the
We
word.
the real Jews of the Bible. That's why we going in mourning, because it was prophesied that we would be doing that. Now them over there, the Jewish, now that ISH, that prefix, it means pertaining to. Like if I said, oh, suffix, I said prefix. Thank you. Thank you all for correcting me. I don't want to be giving them false information. So just how I say, well, look, your shoes, they grayish. They pertaining to gray. They not actually gray. That's orangish. That could be, you know what I'm saying? It's not the real thing.
Something
They
like
said- yeah, it's something like it.
Right.
That's what they doing. They pretending to be us when they say they the Jewish people. And they taking our customs and our law, statutes, and commandments into their own hands and took our land, our heritage. And called it that. It's too much. It links up too good when you start getting this real knowledge and understanding out of the Bible. Now go ahead and read that. Let me show you that we really Jews and that the real Jews are black.
Judah of mourners, and the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
They are
Black unto the ground.
They are who?
They are black unto the ground.
The real Jews, they in mourning and they are black into the ground. You can't get around that. It ain't no getting around it. The Bible, hey, he said in Proverbs 30 and 5, he said every word of God is pure. Ain't no, well, he might have, I don't know if he wrote that right. He meant to put that there. All of this, what he said? He said every word was written for what? Our learning.
Learning, that's right.
Ain't no mess ups. He don't mess up. He perfect.
That's right.
Now go back to Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Yeah, you
This
got
the book
it.
of
Oh, he got it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Read it slow and clear.
And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So he finna tell you what he require of you now that you know you're an Israelite.
Right. But to fear the Lord thy God.
Hold on, say that part nice and loud.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So first you gotta fear him. If you got a lot of fear and you don't want to mess up and get destroyed, you gonna listen to what he say. If he said, look, don't go out there, you gonna, I'm not going out there. I'm staying in. If he say, look, do this, that, and the third. Hey, if he say don't eat pork, hey, you can't be eating pork.
He said, wear fringes, we don't do that.
If he say put these garments on, put these garments on. If he say don't deal with them other nations, don't deal with them other nations. Go ahead.
Fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thine heart, all thy soul. Verse 13. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
For thy good.
Give me the milk. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. There's a lot of men, they try and get deep. So we got to figure out what we're supposed to be doing. He told you got to keep the commandments. First, you got to fear him. That's going to help with you keep the commandments. Now that you know you're an Israelite, you got to perform these righteous acts. You got to build your faith up. Because America finna get destroyed. You know that all of these surrounding nations is coming against Babylon. It's coming against America. You see stocks is dropping. You see everything is
Blackouts.
falling. And you got blackouts in NYC. You got a lot of things coming to pass. All these prophets, these prophecies that they prophesied about is starting to happen. So go ahead. Hey, what I tell you to get?
Ecclesiastes 12:13.
Right.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So this is the conclusion of what you're supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
Fear God.
What?
Fear God.
Here he say it again. Fear God.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. Go ahead, finish it.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole duty of man.
All right, you got something else?
No.
I'm gonna bring out just a few more things.
All right.
All right, this brother's bringing out fire. Okay, he's bringing out a lot, and I hope you're able to retain some of it. So one of the things I want you to know before I give it back to this brother, that you ought to be doing, right? Something that you could be changing now to show love to your people, right? And that's what it's all about. Somebody give me 1 John's.
I got it right here.
You got to go there. John.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 3. But this is the love of
God.
That we keep his commandments.
So this is the love. He's showing you this is the definition of love. Because the Bible doesn't need any other book to tell you what it is, to explain yourself, right? Go ahead.
And we,
Go ahead, start out.
but this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
So this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. His commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to do, right? You see these sisters over here, they got their head wrapped. They're showing love to our people by not showing their figure, because the commandment says, can I get Deuteronomy 22 and 5? The commandment tells us how women's supposed to show love to us. It's not to show love the way we feel our love should be shown, right? He tells us how we're supposed to dictate ourselves, govern ourselves on this earth, right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man.
So what does a woman wear that pertains to a man? What's that? Clothing, but what type of clothing? How can you tell the bathroom by knowing, by not being able to read what bathroom to go into? What does the sign look like? Right, but what is the woman wearing? She's wearing a dress, right? So it said, read that again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man.
Go ahead and finish that.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So a woman should not be wearing what pertains to a man, and a man should not be wearing what pertains to a woman, right? So that's showing love. Let me get let's get
Leviticus 11. What you want?
what's the Corinthians?
Got it very long.
No. But just as a female, as a woman, like how do you pray, right? First Corinthians.
I was going to get
Let me get it. 1 Corinthians 11.
I think you already
All right.
First Corinthians 11 and
I'm there if you want me to.
11:3.
I'm right here.
All right, you got
Whoever
it.
got it first.
First Corinthians. I'm in second Corinthians.
All right, I got it. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Hold on. So, if you ever want to know how to pray, because the Lord answers not sinners, right? We read earlier that this is the love of God that keeps His commandments. So He doesn't hear you if you don't keep His commandments. It's like a mother would do, or a father would do to a loving child. Love. I'm not going to want me to do if you're not doing what I told you to do, right? So this is one of the commandments for a female to do. Wearing her dress, and this is how you should pray so people hear you.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man.
So do you believe that? The head of every man, or the head of every man is Christ? You believe that? And the head of every woman is what? Is the man. All right, you believe that? Okay, what you got?
You want me to keep going? I gotta keep going.
Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right?
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head.
So if a man's praying or prophesying, honors his head, or putting something on his head, the Lord's not going to hear. Because it dishonors Christ. Because Christ is over man. All right, go ahead.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonors her head.
So if you got your head uncovered, this is why we got our ladies out here in dresses, and they got their heads covered, right? So you got your head covered. This is how you should pray. Right? This is showing love to the Most High as well. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Keep going? I'm going to start from the top of 5. But every man that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonors her head. For that is even all is one if she were shaven.
Right.
Want me to keep going?
Go ahead.
For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn.
Right. So
But if it, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered.
Right. So it's, a woman's glory is her hair. Right. So it's a shame for a woman to have her hair shaved. Right. Back in the 40s, 30s, how you know what a prostitute looked like is her hair was cut, bald. Right. So that's how you would know. It's a shame for a woman's hair to be just have short hair. So she's supposed to cover that. Right. That's her glory. That's what women. That's what we see. A lot of times our women see on another woman is her hair. You know what I'm saying? That's her glory. So you're supposed to cover that. So this shows honor to your man and to Christ and to the Father. Right? Y'all got anything else? That's all I want to let you know before I let's just give us back to the brother. That those are some of the commandments for you to keep in order for you for God to hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
Show you how to pray.
Hey, give me just to prove that, give me Proverbs 28:9. And you can give me Leviticus 11. Touch on a few more precepts. I don't know what else y'all gotta do. I mean, if y'all wanna chill, I'm cool. But hey, y'all might have to do what y'all gotta do.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
So if you turn away from listening to the laws, statutes, and commandments, what do you say?
Even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Right.
Right. So your prayer is gonna be frowned upon. He ain't listening to that.
Right.
He ain't hearing none of that. Because you can't do the simple things that he asked you.